everyone. This is Sindy and Dave. It's Kicking It with the Klonkes. It's Saturday night, and we're having some fun here. We're talking about our trip. We just got back from Florida, and we worked down there and had a really good time. Enjoyed. It was a little cold, but we really enjoyed working remote. And what do you think, Dave?
I thought it was great. I was really excited to give it a shot for a month and see how it worked out. Working, running our business from 1,200 miles away, and we did it. I mean, we got a great team back at the shop. Brandon and Carolyn did an outstanding job while we were gone, and of course, we were working every day anyway. I mean, I'm sitting behind a laptop in Lake Orion, or I'm sitting behind a laptop in Treasure Island, Florida. It doesn't matter. I can connect to the server. I can look at proofs. I can work on things. I can do everything. I just can't be there, in that. But,
No, it was
it
awesome.
proved they didn't need us.
Well, I mean, we
They
talked
didn't
to
need
the,
me,
I know. We talked, daily to them and with them, and it was great. So, we we're supposed to have an Airbnb all month, but things happen. We made a kind of cash deal on the side, and the Airbnb people kind of changed their minds. Something else
screwed.
happened. Yeah. All right. Nice. All right. I was saying a little nicer.
No,
but,
but it's, we can tell everyone. I mean, it's work hard, play hard, and give hard. So that's kind of the theme of our podcast. So, we like to talk about business, like to talk about the things we do, and what we won't do again is make a handshake deal for a house. We'll probably put some money down and have something written up, whether it's through Airbnb or not. But hey, we stayed at the place last year, and it was a great place, and the people were nice. But you didn't. We were bringing. He said bring cash, and we're like, oh, this is great. It's pretty inexpensive. But there's always the other side, and we didn't lose any money. We just lost a place to stay, and we had to scramble to find a place, but we had some good friends and found some places. So fortunately, we always had a place to sleep. We didn't have to sleep in the car.
Exactly. We had some uncomfortable beds. I had to buy a mattress off Amazon.
That's right.
A pad.
You bought the mattress pad. We had the springs going up our backs, but yeah, I mean, it was interesting, and it's funny. Ever since we've been back, I've woken up in the middle of the night. I think once or twice this week, back home, wondering where I'm at.
I know, I did too.
Like, what side of the bed am I on, and where am I at? Where's the door? So it's kind of weird. I've never been away from home for more than a month, or more than probably a week. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe
we
2
usually
weeks.
don't take long vacations. We do a lot of mini vacations and go once a month. And but yeah, how we came up with this whole podcast. Work hard, play hard, give hard. That's our motto, and that's what we love. People are like, how do you do it all? I'm like, well, I think we are built with natural energy, and we get enthusiastic about, going somewhere, but you're still working, but we can still go and have fun too. I think it's a big, what's the word I want? You can do it all.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was one time I ever went on vacation where I didn't bring a laptop, and that was on a motorcycle trip a couple years ago. It was the only time.
Of course, without me, yeah.
Well, I didn't have anywhere to carry it, and but that was the only time. It was a short time. It was only 4 or 5 days. But I always bring work with me because, I guess if you're always working while you're on vacation, and I know, I mean, we have our downtimes, and we leave the stuff, back at the hotel or wherever, and we go and we relax. It doesn't sound that bad, but excuse me. That's kind of what allows us to go, is that we're just kind of pick up and take our laptops with us, take whatever work we got to do, and we can do it. I don't think I'd ever like to be the person that is looking forward to their 2 weeks of vacation every year and, all right, I'm not going to check in with the office or anything. I mean, I that doesn't sound appealing to me.
Well, you don't get behind. And again, it was great because we'd get up every morning. We had more of a healthy lifestyle because we would get up, we'd walk, do our emails, then we go back out. We'd help my mom at her place, that was unfortunately, ruined by the Hurricane Milton, and so we'd go over there and help it, and then come back. We'd hit a beach bar and check in, do our emails, sit in a lawn chair, watch the sunset, still looking at emails, if you can keep up on it. Again, we wanted some downtime. We did take a couple days to go down to Key West and really got off the radar, and it felt great just to get away from our computer. I know one day you're like, oh my God, I'm not working today. And then all of a sudden we got this big order. So it was exciting, so we're like, but when you get big orders, does it really work? It's excitement, and, you work hard, play hard, and running your own business, being an entrepreneur, that's what's going to happen.
That's what you got to do, because you got that freedom, and you got the freedom to actually go whenever you want, if you can do it. But then you also have to realize that just because you're going on vacation, your customers aren't on vacation. They're working at that time.
Exactly.
So they need things while you're gone, and you have the people back at the office, the support staff to help you with it. But there's always stuff to do. I mean, when you're a small business, you're always involved. One funny thing, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny as it was happening when we were in California back in Labor Day and unplugging, trying to unplug. We got tickets to The Voice. And if you've ever gone to California or ever gone on any of these shows, these recordings, obviously they're not live, so they don't want you to bring a phone in, so you can't record anything that's happening. It makes sense. So we leave our phones in the car, and we had The Voice, and then we had to go to the
O'Connors right afterwards. We won. Yeah, it's a whole lottery system. So you put your name in, you tell them you're in town, you tell them why you're fun, and they want to know fun, exciting people, and it's a lottery system.
So look for us on The Voice here in a couple of weeks or whenever that starts. But anyway, funny story about that is, all right, our phones, we got to leave our phones in the car. You can't even carry them with you. You can't even keep them in your pocket. You got to leave them in the car. Well, fortunately, I had my watch. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. But that day, and I won't name clients or anything, but we had our biggest order ever come through.
Yep.
Finalized.
It's what happens when we go on vacation. This is why we go on vacation.
Well, we were working on it. It was something we were working on, but it was getting finalized. It was the Friday before Labor Day, the Friday going into Labor Day. So everyone wants to get out of the office. Everyone wants to go home back here and be done with it. And there was some communication. Hey, yeah, we're ready to submit the PO, but we need this from you. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but they needed something from me. Well, they needed it from me, and I could see on my phone or on my watch. I still have my watch on, and I get a text from my watch. Hey, Dave, where are you? What's going on? Haven't heard from you about this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there and I'm just stewing in the seat at The Voice. They're singing and they want us to clap. I'm watching him
get red.
And I'm trying to whisper in my phone. I could get texts from my phone,
your watch?
or my watch, but I could not send it back out. It wouldn't go back out. So things are popping up. Hello, Dave, where are you? I'm like, oh my gosh. So we're sitting there. Like, how much longer is this going to be?
And it's 1:45.
And you've never, if you ever
that
watch
many
The Voice,
hours without your phone. Does anybody go that long without a phone?
No, never. And it just so happens this is like the biggest order ever happening going down while I don't have my phone. And, obviously we've all seen The Voice or whatever. You never see anybody in the audience, get up and walk out in the middle of it, right? So they weren't going to let me do that either. So, all right, deep breath. It's going to be fine. It's just a little thing. They know. I talked to them a couple hours before. Everything's going to be fine. It's all good. So anyway, we got in the car after that, and, that was another funny thing. We rented a big, Ram 250 and driving around L.A. and Hollywood. 2500, whatever, yeah. Huge pickup. Great to drive around here in Michigan, but not in California, not in Hollywood. Anyway, couldn't park in the parking garages, couldn't do anything like that. But anyway, we get in that. So Cindy had to drive that to the O'Connors.
So we had to be at the O'Connors to check in. And again, we're excited. We've been to California, but we win these tickets. It's fun to see the sitcom, and it's their last, their finale, blah blah blah. So we're excited. But Dave, I can see the stress on his face. So it's 1:45 here. in Michigan, which means it's 2, 3, 4.
No, it's the it was like
Oh, they were
3:30 there,
behind.
which means that, or it was 2:30 there,
yes,
which means it was
that's right.
5:30 here.
Yep,
Everyone wants to go on Labor Day weekend break, right?
Exactly.
And it's like pushing
So
5,
Dave is
5:30.
freaking out because now we're not hearing back from the customer. And I'm driving this big, huge 2,500 Ram truck to get to the O'Connors through all these hills and through to find the studio. Well, I can see he's stressed and I'm hitting curbs and it's exciting. But all of a sudden we pull into the O'Connors, we finally find it, and we haven't eaten. Oh, let me say that. They gave us like Cheetos and water at 9 in the morning. So now we have no time to get to the other one and haven't eaten. Well, thank God the O'Connors at the studio, Hollywood Studios, they actually gave us food. It was really some subs from...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were really good from... I can't think of it right now.
I know.
And so
That's
we're
right,
eating, standing in line. Dave's in the car, and I see now they're letting people in. And you got to be there. And again, could we... Yes, we would have probably stayed behind if we had to for our customer for this job. But we were excited, and we made it through. The order came through.
We heard from the customer, hey, you got your message. All's good. Everything's good. It was all fine. So I could enjoy the O'Connors and the rest of the day. But, it's just like, just shaking my head. Like, you never who lets go of their phone anytime? I mean, you always have it with you. I mean, obviously you go on the airplane and you're in airplane mode for a little bit, but then you can even get Wi-Fi. You can always, if you need to connect, you can connect. But man, I was in a black hole at the Voice. And
well, let's talk about the Voice, because I think it's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
we have knowledge that we're not allowed to talk about.
Well, all we can say is we were on the Voice. I mean,
I know we didn't sing. We all want to be singers. Dave and I love doing some karaoke. Yeah, but so the Voice, out comes John Legend, Adam Levine, Kelsey Ballerini, and.
Bublé.
Michael.
Michael Bublé.
Oh, they're so nice. Michael was so nice, and they came out. We didn't get to really meet them, but then during one of the commercial breaks, Michael comes by and he's like the nicest person ever. He comes by and he's shaking everybody's hands. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people. And then I'm like, Michael, sing me a song. And all of a sudden he's like, what do you want to hear? And I'm like, I don't know, you decide. He belts out some amazing Frank Sinatra. Everybody's like screaming and we're all excited. And he shook my hand and it was amazing. So,
and Adam Levine sat there and played on his phone.
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out because I didn't have a phone. I wanted to walk up to him and say, can I borrow your phone just for a minute? I got to call my client and make sure that this order's going through. He didn't have a look on his face that he would have
No. He wasn't real friendly.
Bublé would have given us his phone.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Kelsey was on her phone a lot, but she was really nice. And John was kind of a little distant as well. But, it was pretty exciting and fun. So we're excited. We are part of the knockout round, which is coming up probably in about a month or two. On NBC, I believe it is, with The Voice.
But you remember what they said? So before they had the singers come out, we had to do all this fake clapping and fake cheering and stuff like that. And they said, well, this could be on any show throughout the season. So I half expect us to be on the opener of every single episode. I don't know.
Well, I tried to get towards the when each of the contestants came out, so I kind of sat right there on the end. So we're hoping maybe we'll see. So, and then the O'Connors, I mean, that was pretty cool too. I mean, we're not huge fans of the show, but I mean, everybody knew Roseanne and from years ago and that whole controversy and stuff we won't get into. But the O'Connors, John Goodman, I mean, he was amazing. He talked to the audience. He was goofy and funny and very, very entertaining. It was really fun to see. So we're on probably maybe episode number 8 or something like that. So we're waiting for that finale to come out. But during the audience, they would, take a break and then they'd redo their lines. And then there was a guy in the audience that would give out prizes and questions and fun things. I mean, it was so exciting. It was really a really fun thing to see if you ever seen a sitcom, to be in the audience. So.
Yeah, I mean, I found myself the whole time, because I mean, we don't watch sitcoms at all anymore. I don't know who does, quite honestly. They're just, I don't know. But, you know, as a kid, you watched all these shows, Three's Company, and you know, all these awesome shows when we were kids, right? And I found myself sitting there watching it and saying, man, wouldn't it be cool to have sat in on a Three's Company episode or a Brady Bunch episode or something like that? But yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever see that episode. I can't remember what it was about. But,
we'll remember.
We'll see. I mean, I just vaguely know that Roseanne used to be on it, and I don't know anything else about it. And John Goodman is, who was he? What other show was he in? He was in another show.
I don't know.
Or was he just always on Roseanne?
Exactly. Well, yeah, I think he's been on other things,
Roseanne
but he was
like
really funny. Like, he walked in. One of my favorite parts was he was walking by a wall and then hit it with his head. It really didn't hit his head, but it was loud, and it was like, oh, you know, he was putting on a show for the audience, which, I mean, was really, really cool to watch. You know, I love the ad lib, kind of just like we're doing here now, you know, just talking about different things and feeding off each other is what we do, you know. So anyways, if I could ever suggest, I can help you guys. It's called ITV, I believe it is. I'll get the website. So if you're ever out, Chicago, New York, California, any of those type of places, you can go on this ITV and just put in, you could win, you know, tickets to every show. It's free.
Yeah, and you get some food too. Yeah, they had subs, like you said, but yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's you know, after a certain amount of time, our attention gets a little. Like, all right, they did 6 takes of this one scene.
Yeah,
like, I thought it sounded great the first time.
Exactly, but they
you know,
see
they
different
gotta make
things.
It perfect and stuff. So, but it was interesting. It was cool. So that was, I mean, we kind of went through our whole trip to LA.
I know.
You
could tell what we love. We talk about all our vacations.
Yeah.
And again, we work through the whole thing. So, I mean, if you know, owning your own business, I mean, that's just what we have to do. So, and we don't mind because, you know what, we have tons of energy. Let's go. Then you walk, you take a break, you know, it's great. Mm-hmm. So, one of my favorite vacations. And then we might as well talk about the rest of it. So, everybody knows I'm a huge Daughtry lover. Love Chris Daughtry. I fell in love with him when I saw him out on American Idol. He came in third. We were devastated. But anyways, I was single at the time and just fell in love with him. And then I saw Dave. We met on plentyoffish.com. I don't know if anybody's out there on sites. I mean, I know it sounds so ancient.
This was 16 years ago.
Yeah, 16 years ago. So anyways, I fell in love with Dave because he looked very similar to Chris Daughtry. But so we've been following Chris, and you know what? I got meet and greet. Chris. Okay, I have been. So I get these meet and greet tickets out in California, and it was only like $400. You got a front row, VIP, meet Chris Daughtry backstage. I mean, it was amazing. It was in San Bernardino, and it started at 2 o'clock to 11. Creed was opening.
It's a long day.
Fuel. Yeah, there was a lot of great 80s, 90s, or mainly 90s. And today's music. But yeah, so I get to meet Chris. That was really, really exciting. I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was going to say. The security guard was really, God, he was a jerk. And he's like, don't put your stuff down. You can't go back there. Da, 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 da. You can't have your phone. Don't ask for interviews. I mean, he was like yelling at us. I felt like I was like back in school or something like that. But I did see Chris, and, you know, I shook his hand and thanked him because I was going through my divorce when his music came out. And anybody who's been through tough times as a divorce or, you know, any type of loss in your life, one of the greatest things and powerful is music. I mean, that's where Dave and I have connected. We love concerts and going. So, you know what? I thanked him. I started to cry, and they're hugging. Then they're hugging me. So this is what I'll suggest. Anytime you go backstage, just cry because they feel bad, and then you get hugs from all these stars. So
I think you got a couple $100 knocked off a plumber one time too, a plumbing bill.
oh, I
For
might have.
crying once.
Well, I don't want to cry. I don't want to be a baby. It's just I'm sensitive.
Well, you
I'm a
tell me you
Libra.
turn it on sometimes for
Oh, I know.
on
I
purpose,
know.
right?
So I know. So, anyways, I could help you guys. Anybody needs another thing we love to do is the work hard, play hard, but also give hard. And some of the things that we've learned by traveling on a budget and getting good deals and concerts and how we get last minute tickets. I mean, stay tuned because we have more episodes coming of exciting things that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about working and talk about our business and I think why our business is important. I mean, in what we do. I mean, we have a company called Right Hook, and we make companies look outstanding by
Absolutely.
by the things that we offer. I mean, printing, apparel, promotional products, branding and design.
Vehicle wraps.
Yeah, it's an exciting business, and we've been doing it for a long time, and it's evolved over the years. But no, it's exciting, and I think one of the coolest things I get a kick out of with the business is when somebody picks up their stuff. It's an exciting. We have exciting products. People love to get their shirts that we make for them. Their embroidered shirts for their company. They love picking them up because that's their company. They see it, and we're producing the work for them. It's kind of a sexy thing that they get excited about. So it's a big thing we got to live up to because we got to deliver and make sure that it looks as good as their brand is. So that's we got pretty high standards.
It is fun. I love being creative and going in the office. Yeah, you're right. Just watching customers pick their stuff up because we really, really try to get good quality. Our embroidery, we got our embroidery down, like it's really tight stitching. It looks amazing. So, there's so many good things. And again, I mean, why is branding and swag so good for your business? I mean, number one, it markets yourself. I wear a Right Hook shirt. I have this amazing Right Hook branded shirt. And Dave made it to look like a stop sign. It says Right Hook only into like not a stop sign, but
a right turn only sign.
Yep. Thank you.
White sign.
Oh my God! One time, last year we went to Florida. 3 TSA people stopped me. They're like, "What does that mean? What is this?" So all of a sudden, the one guy tells me, "Well, I'm starting my own business. I really could use this and that." So we're giving advice as we're going through a TSI.
They're not a real talkative bunch either.
Exactly. If you can get some fun people. We're getting funner people, I think, there.
We had that same. I mean, yeah, that shirt. I mean, we've done a lot of self promo shirts for us over the years, but for whatever reason, that shirt. We had somebody. We were on our way down to Key West, and they stopped us. They're like, "What does that mean?"
That's right. That was exciting. Actually, we met these amazing people, and as you travel, you know how you just talk to people and stuff like that. But they stopped us. These people were buying a houseboat, and they were going to live. They met this guy on Marketplace. He took them out to lunch at this place at Key West. They pulled up by boat, and they're investigating this houseboat to live on, and they're going to buy it. I mean, because there's no taxes. You can get docking space right out into the ocean or the bay and just bring your dinghy in. I mean, it's brilliant. I don't know if I think we got too much going on that I can't live on a boat out in the water.
Well,
but
it was intriguing. It was funny because you were talking to the couple that they're YouTubers.
Yes.
And
that's
so
right.
they travel around. They're going to live on this boat, and the guy's going to let them live on the boat for a couple of weeks or whatever. So the broker, the guy that's selling it, I don't know if he was selling it or if he was the broker, whatever. And so Cindy's, you're talking to the couple. So I asked the guy, the broker, I go, you mind if I ask how much you're selling this for? And he kind of got a little like, wait, I'm selling to these guys, and now you guys are chiming in here. I go, no, I'm not interested. I'm interested, but I'm not in the market for it right now. I think he said $65,000 he's selling this boat for.
Yeah, so Wandering Willie was the name of this YouTuber. And so we look at him up. I think he's got 123 likes or follows, but they're getting started, and they were excited about this houseboat. So, I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, but yeah, so I can't remember. I will find out because it was so exciting. This old boat was like a Jacques Cousteau or something.
Yeah, something about Jacques Cousteau owned it, but
Yeah, it was
I don't know
really
if that was
exciting.
another story that the same guy was telling. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
know. There was so much we learned from people. And I mean, it is so exciting. Like, just go up and talk to somebody, compliment them, and, it's amazing what you can find. Yeah, wonderingwilly.com. That's him. Yep, I'm looking it up right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, he had it looked weird. We walk into this like seaside bar that somebody told us to go check out. So we walk in there and we see this guy, and he asked me about the shirt, and he's got his phone on some contraption around his neck, and it's like pointing right into his face.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm a YouTuber. So it was interesting. I don't know.
Yeah. So, we're doing this work hard, play hard, give hard. So, I guess I'd like to kind of end it here talking about, we worked hard, that we go down to Florida. We played hard down there, but, also we gave hard. And, we helped my mom from planting 50 bushes to doing primer to, doing stuff around the house to help her. But not only, I won't get into, everything that we did this summer, this fall, taking a truck and a trailer down to Florida to help the hurricane victims. But our goal is to help everybody, how you can work hard, you can play hard, and, give. And it feels so good. If you can do these three things in your life, I mean, I feel amazing. I feed off people. I mean, giving, helping my mom. There was a lady down there that she told me she was living on people's couches. She was couch surfing while her house is trying to hopefully move into it. Well, one of my friends gave me $100. You know what I did for the hurricane victims? You know what I did? I stuck it in her pocket and I said, you know what? Anybody who impacted me and made... she was talking about what she was doing to help around there and what she lost. And I'm like, she still thanked me 3 months later, how important that was to her, just that $100 in a pocket. So, you know what? I mean, we don't always have it, right?
Well, yeah, it's, I learned this a couple years ago. I mean, when I joined the Real Men of Orion, the breast cancer awareness organization that we do. I joined in 21, so it's been 4 years, 4 years of that. And we raise money for breast cancer awareness, and we do a big campaign here in Lake Orion.
So fun.
It would be awesome to be able to, and someday hopefully I can do it, we can do it, to be able to write a big check and just give it to somebody and say, here, what do you need? We're not there. Not a lot of people are there and able to do that. But I think what I learned from the Real Men of Orion when I joined that crew was that they create events and create things that get the community excited to support and then also come out and have fun. So there's nothing better than having fun while you're doing something great.
Absolutely.
And I think that's I think of that a lot, and there's like bringing the truck down there, and I mean, it was kind of fun to get that, get the word out and to spread the word and get people to bring stuff and get it down there and seeing everyone all excited about it. And then, you got Arthur from Pinella's Pizza, donating pizzas for everyone that helped out, and everyone was so appreciative, and it was just
awesome.
It was amazing. I mean, it's giving is contagious, I think, and it's not something to brag about, but it's like, hey, if we can get some energy behind an idea or some sort of project, like the Real Men of Orion, or like, helping the victims of the hurricanes, or whatever it may be, a dog rescue that, we're working with. If we can get people excited to support that and create events and create opportunities for people to, hey, play cornhole. Well, all right, $25 I had to play cornhole. We're going to have a, $100 winner, but,
Yep.
$500 is going to go to this cause. Well, now everyone had fun playing cornhole, and we supported something. And it also spread the word. So it's not always about just getting money in that, but, getting the word out there that there are these needs, and there are these organizations that need the support. So
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I think that's about it. I think we're supposed to get some. We're still getting used to coming back here from Florida. So the snow, there's some more snow coming tonight.
Oh, it's exciting.
I kind of like just staying in the house.
I know, me too. It's Saturday night. We're staying home.
Saturday
and
Night Live.
I'd like to cheers.
Cheers.
Kind of end this podcast and cheers.
Yeah, this is going to be our first podcast, although we have about 3 or 4 other episodes that we did probably 3 or 4 years ago with Kickin' It with the Klonkes that we just never got it out there. But we're committed to it now. We want to do this. We're excited about it. I think it's just a good opportunity to talk about different things, share some things about, like I said, working hard, playing hard, giving hard. So
absolutely.
Stay tuned for the next episode. I hope it's in the next couple weeks, and it's not in the next couple years like this one took to get. So I think we're going to be on the right track. We're committed to this. We got a lot of big, this ties into a lot of our vision for our business. So as far as marketing and branding our company, so we're going to be there.
Yep.
All
right. Well, we are signing off, but I always want to just end. Please help the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered. And also be kind to one another. Anything else, Dave?
Well, you said that spayed and neutered. It would have been cool to see Bob Barker do Price is Right. But
I know. Hey, I know.
Happen. He was one of my favorites. So
exactly.
No, let's. It's middle of February here, and we're ready to
get things going.
Cindy's looking at my volume on the computer as we're recording this, and every time I talk,
he gets excited.
It gets loud. So I better shut up, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
You're Kicking It with the Klonkes.
Cindy and
Dave. Kicking It with the Klonkes.
Take care. Bye.